Well, hey. I was sitting here at my desk doing some other stuff and then realized it was past 8:30. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Yes, I'm here. I was like, oh, this past 8:30. Let me get on to the live. Hey y'all. I'm here. I am here. It's Monday morning. Yes, it is. And I'm here. We're ready. We're ready. Let me see. What's that background looking like? Looking kind of janky back there, ain't it? Get it together. Let's get it together. Good morning, everyone. It's Monday morning. I wasn't here yesterday. I was hanging out with my freedom group over at a nice little potluck with the ladies. I did make it back in time to do my charting and training with my membership folks. So we did that because I'm gonna do that, right? Regardless, we gonna do that. So excuse me, we'll cover all of the hey Melissa. We'll cover all of the Sunday stuff. We'll hit a lot of that Sunday stuff. We'll hit it today. This morning, we'll do that. All righty. So let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Can't sing but so much of the song because YouTube will shut your video off. Well, they're at least like cut off the clips that belong to somebody else. They'll take them off. They'll be like, oh, nope, you can't sing that. That ain't yours. Copyright infringement. So I won't be singing too much of nobody's song. But hey, everybody. Hey, it's Monday morning. Monday, November the 17th. This is, what's that thing called? OPEX. This is OPEX week. It's the third week of November. So this Friday is going to be OPEX. It's where our monthly expirations are going to expire amid all the other data that we have coming out this week. Oh my goodness, this is like everything is coming out this week. So much data and everything is coming out this week. So definitely got a lot going on this week. Hey Tanya. So let's get into it. SPX 500 right now is at 67.24. Even though I did see something on another page that said the futures was up this morning, it's not looking all that up to me because it was 67.55 last night when we were on our call. But at this point, it's 67.24. So we'll just go through all of our motions and see what we see. Let's do that. All right. So let's go back to see what did SPX do last week. Let's see what SPX did last week and then move it from there. So on the weekly chart, that's what this is. On the weekly chart, SPX was an inside week last week. It's a one candle, which basically means it was inside of the previous week. They both were red. Basically, we moved into kind of a bearish over the last 3 weeks. Well, this one was a doji week. It kind of reversed and turned back. According to the trend is still showing bullish, but the last 3 weeks have been kind of consolidation. Basically, it's just kind of settling. SPX is kind of settling down and turning more flat. But if you look at the overall trend on a weekly basis, we're still bullish. But the past several weeks have been just kind of sitting in a range. But last week was a one candle sitting inside of the previous week, which means it hasn't chosen a direction. Are we going up some more? Are we going down some more? And at this point, from a weekly standpoint, it's just chilling. All right, let's look at the daily chart. From a daily standpoint, the 50-period moving average is showing here that it's kind of flat. On the daily chart, it's just kind of been flat. Like I said, it's kind of been consolidating and kind of chilling out. Right, this was Monday, green. Tuesday, a little bit of green. Wednesday, we went up a little bit, 68 into 6,800s. Pulled back, had a gap down on Thursday. Nice little pullback on Thursday. Friday was a gap down that it came back and recovered all of that gap on Friday. But we closed, SPX closed on Friday, 67.34 or somewhere in that area. It did go up a little higher than that, up into the 67.70s. But it closed at 67.34. But so Friday was a green day, but you see what the week looked like. Closed up the gap that happened between last Friday and Monday. Closed that gap actually on Thursday. But again, kind of consolidation. If you look here over the course of, again, the last several weeks, even months, it's kind of been in a zone. SPX is just kind of chilling. So close at 67.34, and I told you where it's currently at 67.25. So it's kind of in the same area where it's been for a while. Morning, Julie. Morning, Marcia. It's really in the same area where it's been for a minute. And again, we always trade what we see. We're zero DTE traders for the most part. Sometimes we'll do one DTE. Well, we do them kind of regular, but um, very rarely do anything much more than that. But we trade it as they come. Trade it as it comes. All right. That's what SPX did. We also trade IWM. So if we look at IWM on the daily chart, it's kind of the same thing as far as staying in the kind of a consolidation place. IWM has been between 230 and 250. It's been in that same range, kind of a up, down. The 50 period moving average does still show it on a daily chart climbing, but then here more readily, it's kind of flattened out. IWM dropped right down to the 100 and 200 period moving average, which are right next to each other, which I think is very interesting that the 100 and 200 period moving average are like running neck and neck. IWM dropped right down to those two and recovered off of those and had a nice run up on Friday and closed at 237. All right, so that's where IWM is. That's really what we trade a lot more of on the 1DTE, just overnight trades. And it's been kind of what I call doing the heavy lifting for us. Good morning, my day, Littlefield. That's been doing the heavy lifting for us on the 1DTE. All right, let's go look at what's going on this morning. Volatility, the VIX, baby, is up above 20. In this here morning, the VIX is above 20. Lots going on in the market. Okay, this market is not for the weak or for the faint at heart. All right, definitely you need to be, if you're in this market, you need to be in it with a very tentative soul and a kind of a steadfast, right? Because there's a lot of volatility. As you see here, the VIX, the market moves up and down. It's doing its thing, right? We're not going in here, full port, as people call it. We're going in here. There's money to be made. Absolutely. But you need to be following somebody who kind of know where they're going. Right. This isn't the time that we're out here. I'll just figure it out along the way. No, sir. You go in here and get behind and get with somebody who kind of has a little bit of idea of where they're going. All right. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man or the one-eyed woman is the queen. Don't you be out here in the land of the blind and you the blind. No, get with somebody who knows where they're doing. Okay. Don't be out here going all by yourself. Right. Wink and Deborah, good morning. That's what the VIX is at 20.84 this morning. Yahoo Finance, Alphabet stock rallies after Berkshire reveals a $4.9 billion stake. Whew, Berkshire's move, maybe one of the last under Warren Buffett, comes amid concerns over big tech's heavy AI spending. I'm cool with this because I've got a credit spread position. It ain't no position, a credit spread trade. Because position sounds big. Credit spread trade on Google. It's a trade. It's not a position. Position to me means I've got like a lot of contracts or I've got a bunch of shares. No, it's not a position. It is a trade. Good morning, Janae. Hey, Carla. But I'm fine with it going on and pumping a bit so I can close my trade. Okay. Bessett, Trump's 2K dividend checks need Congress vote. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking them 2K checks ain't coming. I'm thinking those aren't coming, but I'm going to take and spend mine if it does, but I'm really believing they're not coming. NASDAQ, S&P 500 rise with NVIDIA jobs data in the wings. NVIDIA earnings are coming. I'm going to talk earnings here in a minute, but NVIDIA earnings are coming. Hold your ground. Wall Street sees tech sell-off as a blip. Okay. NVIDIA and Walmart earnings and jobs numbers the week ahead. I didn't see Walmart earnings on this week's list. Did I miss something? Maybe it's next week. I don't think I saw Walmart for this week, but let's look. Gold steadies as U.S. rate cut bets fade. EV maker XPeng's Q4 sales forecast falls short. That must have been this morning. Jeff Bezos to co-lead new $6.2 billion AI startup NYT. That may be one to put on your radar, NYT. If Jeff Bezos is putting his body and his money with something, that may be something to watch. Dip buyers boost Wall Street. Strategists eyeing year-end rally. Crypto's riskiest tokens plummet to pandemic era levels. Okay, that's Yahoo Finance. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Come. Here we go. S&P 500 and NASDAQ futures rise to start the week. That's what I was seeing there. But I didn't think I saw a rise. I thought I saw red. Like I didn't see rising happening. Novo Nordisk cuts direct-to-consumer prices for Wegovy and Ozempic to $349 a month. Okay, well, that is better than it was. $349 a month ain't cheap though, but I guess people feel like they could do that. Huang's $500 billion Nvidia forecast will come up at Q3 earnings. Okay, so this is the futures up here. Dow futures is down 56, S&P futures down 6.5, and NASDAQ futures down 16.25. That's why I was saying I didn't think futures was up to start the week. I saw red when I looked here. Stock futures are little changed to start the week as traders brace for Nvidia earnings and jobs data. In Europe, everything's red over there. European markets turn negative. Saab gained 7% following Columbia jet deal. Asia markets, we've got 3 red and 2 greens, ASX 200 and Nifty 50. Both green. Asia Pacific markets trade mixed as investors assess intensifying China-Japan tensions. Crypto, Bitcoin is at 93,000. It is below 100K. Wow. Okay, Ethereum, Solana, and Dogecoin are all green. XRP is unchanged. Bitcoin falls below 95,000 amid tech sell-off. Bounces off the lows on Friday. Stocks making the biggest moves: Alphabet, Zymewood, quantum computing, and more. All right. Let's look at the calendar. Monday, which is today. Empire State Manufacturing Index at 8:30. Let me refresh this because that number should have come out by now. 9 o'clock, we've got FOMC member Williams is speaking at 9 o'clock. Jefferson is speaking at 9:30. Construction spending month over month at 10 o'clock. The federal budget balance is tentative. 3:35, we've got FOMC member Waller is going to speak. Tomorrow, factory orders and National Association of Home Buyers Housing Market Index is going to be at 10. Barr will speak tomorrow from the FOMC and Barkin at 10:30 and 11. And then we got some stuff happening after market closes. Wednesday morning, we got the trade balance at 8:30. Moran will speak from FOMC at 10 o'clock. Crude oil inventories, which is an orange folder at the least, is at 10:30. Yeah, I need that back. Come on, Cloudflare, get to work. All right, I'm going to keep moving while it does its thing. I got the numbers here. The New York Empire State Manufacturing Index actual came in at 18.7. The forecast was 6.10, and the previous was 10.7. Now, it says it's green, so I'm not sure what it was supposed to. Usually when these numbers are green or nope, that doesn't want to give me. It showed as a 2-star, so I'd like to know a little bit more about what that New York Empire State Manufacturing Index again showed up at 18.7. They forecasted 66.1, so I'm thinking it was supposed to be down and it's up a lot higher. But I'll wait and go back to what it says on Forex Factory to see what the folder actually says. But at this point, that ain't acting right. That is acting, as the kids would say. It's not acting right. So I'm going to keep moving. Oh, I'm going to go back here. Okay, so even for today, we've got Jefferson speaking, construction spending at 10 o'clock. We talked about some of these 3-month and 6-month bill auction. Kashkari is going to speak at 1 o'clock. Waller is going to speak at 3:35 right before the day closes. And then at 7:55 tonight, Logan is going to speak from the FOMC. Nope, we still don't have data there. Okay, that's not where I want to go. Want to go to earnings. Let's go here next. There we go. Earnings. This morning, we had Xpeng was one of the ones that would catch attention, I believe, is Xpeng. XPEV was this morning. This evening after market closes, nobody here. Trip.com is here. HP, but that's not Hewlett Packard. That's a different HP, I believe. Tomorrow morning we got Home Depot, Baidu. Those are two that people may be looking at. Klarna, isn't Klarna the people who give you, like, who are doing the lenders in Klarna, like the lending people, when you go to buy stuff online, they give you the 3 or 4 payments. Isn't that Klarna? Banking folks, so they're tomorrow. Duo is tomorrow morning, so that may be something people waiting on. Medtronics. Tuesday after market closes, SQM is here. Lazy Boy. Wednesday morning, Target, TJ Maxx, Lowe's, Valvoline. Nobody really talks about trading Valvoline. Target, TJ Maxx, and Lowe's do get talked about. After close on Wednesday, this one here, NVIDIA, all roads lead to NVIDIA on Wednesday after close. Palo Alto Network, that one gets brought up pretty regularly. Those are all the ones I can see there. Oh, there's Walmart. I didn't remember Walmart being on this list, but Thursday morning, Walmart is going to be traded. Probably, Target's right here. Walmart and Target usually do trade together. I should have remembered that. Zim, Shoe Carnival. And then on Thursday after market closes, we got Webull trading. Then that's Intuit is also trading Wednesday after close, and Ross Dress for Less. I like shopping at Ross. And then Friday morning, BJ's and Miniso. Miniso was a store we shopped in a lot when I lived in China. It was in all the malls. Miniso and BJ's are Friday morning. So the biggest one, of course, would be NVIDIA, Palo Alto, Target, Walmart. There's a few on here. Home Depot and Lowe's. Those would probably catch some attention there. Let me see. I don't think I still got something. Why are you tripping? Okay, let me try if I get a new one. If I get a new tab, maybe it'll act right. We'll close you off and see if Forex Factory can act right. Dun, dun, dun. Act right. Let me go on to Adam while we wait for that to do its thing. No reason to sit around watching it spin. See if we can get something up here and running while you're trying to get your life together. All right, Adam says, green compared to October, but down from November. All right, Julie, thank you so much for that. Hello, from Dominican Republic. Good to see you. I've never been to the Dominican. I keep saying I'm going to go. I'd like to go to Dominican Republic, see how y'all living over there. See what the culture's got going on in the Dominican. Green compared to October, but down from November. Gotcha. Appreciate that. Okay, Forex Factory is deciding it's going to get its mind together. Okay, Adam says, on Friday, the 6683 reclaim was SPX long trigger. It was posted live at 6 p.m. last evening. We got another one per Friday, 4 p.m. newsletter flush to 67.12 and 20. Then reclaim 67.29 triggers. We got exactly this at 6 p.m. and ran to 67.78. The plan, 67.22 must reclaim in order to see 67.50, 67.57, 67.74 plus. 67.35, 67.16 to 20, which is used up, are the supports. Those are the supports. These are the numbers you put on your chart. Level to level. Adam Mancini is a level to level trader of the ES. He trades ES futures. And he's a level to level trader, which means he puts these levels on his chart and he looks for the price to go from level to level, right? And as it goes to level, he's watching to see what happens, and it can go to the next level. That's why he gives us these numbers along the way. That's how he trades. He trades it going up. He looks for a failed breakdown to recapture a number and then climb back up. From what his newsletter says and from all of his posts, he doesn't trade going down. even though going down would be decent number. I mean, decent money, because that go down money is fast. But from all of his posts, it appears he doesn't trade the go down money. He trades the go up money. And he trades failed breakdowns. Basically, it goes down, it recovers, and then he rides it back up. So he sends these tweets out during the day for ES, and he has a newsletter, and we just go along. But he trades ES, we trade SPX. We take those numbers, look at the difference between those two numbers, because there's a difference between SPX and ES. Right now it's 22 points. We take and convert those numbers to match what we need, and I provide those to you all and to our community to help us looking at the levels. Now, we're sellers. He's a buyer. He buys options. We sell options. What we're using the numbers for is to see where the price won't go. Or if it's going to hit these levels, we're looking to see where these levels are going to be so we can get beyond those levels for our trades. Okay, that's what we use them for. Now, for if you're trading XSP, which is the SPX mini, the baby, you can look at the range from 671, which is below this support, and up to 678, which is beyond that, his highest, that 6774 plus. That's beyond that. So we're looking, if you're looking for the range for XSP, that's why we put that over here to the right. If you're trading XSP, you can look for that kind of range. Okay, put these numbers on your chart and trade accordingly. None of this stuff is ever investment advice, because I am not an investment advisor. I just provide some tools and some information that can help us along the way. That's what I'm here to do. Help us along the way. I never did get anything from Forex Factory. So we'll take Julie's information that is down from November, green for October, but down from November. We're going to take Julie's info. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie. Okay, this is what's coming up this week, though. I wanted to put it all in. I grabbed this from somebody else's Discord. So, they put it all in a nice little place. So no need to reinvent the wheel. But this is coming up this week. New York Fed manufacturing data, which was this morning. On Wednesday, we've got Fed meeting minutes, the minutes from the meeting that happened a couple weeks ago where we got the rate cut, but now we're going to get the meeting minutes from that, right? NVIDIA earnings Wednesday. September job report Thursday. Philly Fed manufacturing data Thursday. October existing home sale data Thursday. November services PMI data Friday. November manufacturing PMI data Friday. Consumer sentiment data Friday. And inflation data Friday. That Michigan, University of Michigan stuff is coming out on Friday. A lot of data. Also on Friday is OPEX day. It's the third Friday of the month. That means the monthly things are resetting. Other things, the third Friday of the month has the weeklies, the dailies, the monthlies, the futures. Other stuff is resetting on Friday. So bond stuff, it's a lot of things. So it's OPEX. This week is going to have a lot happening, okay? This is what I'm saying. This week is going to have a lot happening, which means you got to be strategic. You got to be very strategic. We're not getting nowhere and staying, okay? You don't marry positions. If it's going the way you want it to go, then go with it. If it's not going the way you want it to go, cut it. Reset. Not marrying stuff. If it's working out, cool. If it's not working out, off to something else. Reset, Arlissa. I'm talking to me just like I'm talking to y'all. I look at myself because I can see myself down here. I see myself right there. I look in the camera so I can make sure I'm not like doing this because that's looking at me. That would be weird. If I spent the whole time doing this, that's looking at me. Right? I'm looking at myself. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to quit acting silly. But the point is, we don't marry the positions. We move on. We move on. We move on. Okay? Okay, I didn't mean to remove that. Put that back. Put that back. There we go. Look at here, y'all. Look at here. Look at here. Look at here. Look at here. As they say, look at here. 100% win rate last week, boo. Yes. 100% last week. Trades list 100% last week. Won't he do it? Won't he will? We had Amazon, CVS, Gold, Google, Walmart, Cost, Procter & Gamble, and XSP. All these trades were profitable. If you took any trade off the list last week, they all profitable. 100% win rate off our trades list last week. Woo woo! 100% win rate last week. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Come on. Toot toot. We got to cut it, Tanya, when it don't work. We got to cut quicker. That's really where we're going wrong. Anything. We hanging on too long to some stuff. That's all right. We all right. We're going to cut together. I got a plan for us this week. I got the word from on high. Y'all know once I get the word from on high, y'all already know it's on and popping. Y'all already know once I get the word from on high, it's on and popping. I got the word. So anyway, 100% win rate. 100% win rate. Here we go. Okay, so that was our list last week. Woo woo! So excited about that. Yes, yes, yes. Now we got a list for this week. This is our list for this week. 3, 6, 9. 9 trades. 9 trades. We've got 6 on the put credit spread side and 3 on the call credit spread side. There's a couple things that are on both lists. I think IWM and Starbucks. Oh, IWM, Starbucks, and XLI. All 3 of those are on both sides, right? They showed up in the neutral category. Amazon, CVX, Google are on the put credit spread. IWM, Starbucks, XLI are on both sides. All right, so this is our list. We use Peakbot. Peakbot is our partner in this, and Peakbot is who we go to for the watch list. I actually let Peakbot trade my things automated. For me, I'm in the Amazon, the Google, the IWM trade. I'm in Amazon, Google, and IWM. And I think I'm in one more. I feel like I'm in something else. But Amazon, Google, and IWM, I know I'm in those 3 that Peakbot is running for me automated. Okay, I pick the stocks I want. Peakbot enters them on Friday. I set the close orders, but Peakbot will close them on their own if I leave it. But I usually set my own close orders. You don't have to. Peakbot will run it on their own. It'll close profit. It'll close in profits. If it's a stop loss situation, you got to close for yourself. But there's that. So those are running from me. This is the list though. If you follow me on social media, anywhere on social media, you've gotten this list. I don't know if I sent this list to my email folks, but it's on Twitter, it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube, it's in my community. If you're in my Telegram community, it's in my school community, and basically almost anywhere you follow me, you should have seen this list by now. And if you haven't seen this list in one of my social media communities, that could mean that you're not following me in the right places. Miss Marsha, I see you making it. Let me see which one is the reclaim number that I got wrong. Let me see. Miss Marsha says the reclaim number must reclaim to see. That should be 6742. Oh, let me go see now. I ain't trying to be wrong. 67. That should be a 4. Yes, ma'am. 6742 must reclaim. Yep, we will fix that. Yep, absolutely. 6742. I will send out a new one to make sure that that we got the right one in the right place for the community. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Make sure that we got the right stuff for the right people. I'll be doing that thing in a rush. In a rush. And I want to make sure that we got it. I'm sending it out again to make sure it's in the right place at the right time and make sure people got what they need. Okay. What else is there? Let me keep moving because I will get sidetracked. Y'all don't know me. Don't act like you know me that I will get sidetracked because she will. She will get sidetracked. Y'all don't act like y'all know me. Don't act like you know me. No, no, no. Because the way this brain right here is set up. Oh, I need to go. No, not to do it that way. I need to edit it. That'll fix it if I just edit it. Cancel. If I just edit it, it'll fix it that way. Yep, there we go. Better, 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 better. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, back to the program. Okay, so we got our trades list right there. Let me see what was next after the trades list. Oh, the small account growth challenge. Oh, let me go look at let me go. This right here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The small account growth challenge. First week of the small account growth challenge made $285 using 1K of collateral. Actually, we had used $500 of collateral Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It was only Thursday and Friday that we used 2 contracts, and they were both on the same side. So if I really only counted the days that we used one contract of put credit spread, we would have used 500 collateral. This would have been a higher number. But anyway, Thursday and Friday, we did 2 contracts on the put credit spread side, right? So that's 1K of collateral minus premiums, of course. So if I was to get like really technical with the numbers, which I didn't, this 28% would be higher, but round numbers are easier for everyone to digest. So we made $285 in profits using $1,000 of collateral, which is 28.5% return on your investment or return on collateral, which is really 2 different things. But again, no need to get into semantics. 28% in 1 week. This is what you need to know. Is that we pulled back 28, pulled in, pulled back, pulled over, dragged in, whatever word you want to use. We got 28% return on our monties in our first week of our small account growth challenge. Where they do that at? Don't get caught up in it was $285, even though $285 in 1 week is plenty of money, because $285, think about what you could have paid with $285 last week. All right. I'm holding up my light bill. It's sitting right here on my desk because I just paid it. My light bill was $146 last month. That $285 would have paid my light bill. And I would have had leftovers. Okay. That $285 would have put gas in both of my vehicles for the week. And I would have had leftovers. That $285 would have paid for date night. I think our date night was $50 when we went out to dinner. That might have took up the rest of it, but that would have covered our light bill, gas in our cars, and date night. There's $285. Yep. What could you do with $285 in a week? Yep, I'm thinking you could think up some stuff. $285 might have covered a daycare bill. Daycare don't got crazy though. For those who pay daycare is stupid. All right, the cost of daycare. Them people have lost their minds. Whew. I mean, I get it. I know, but it's a lot. Anyway, I'm jumping off that. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. $285 we made in our first week of small account challenge, and we continue. So if you want to join our small account challenge, small account growth challenge, you can come into the membership. I decided at the beginning of this year, of course, by the prompting of the Holy Ghost, that I would do everything inside of my membership. And I have been true to my word because he told me that's what to do. And I've done it. I was obedient and it has paid off. So 7 days you can get 7 days free pass into the membership. Um, mm, at www.e2t.trading. Okay, 7 day free pass into the membership at e2t.trading. And you can come in and be a part of the small account growth challenge and all the other things that we do there. Okay, everything we do there is that's not all we're doing, but if you want to be a part of that, you can be. The membership includes, of course, I'm there, the training, the charting, which we had our charting and training call last night, coaching along the way throughout the day. We do have one DTE trades that we give. I give at the end of the day. I give alerts during the day, and guidance and training throughout the day along the way. All right. That's what I do. That's what we do. You can start with $1,000, like I said, using SPX, XSP, and IWM. Consistent growth, supportive coaching, and community. The community, bar none. Oh my goodness. The people in my community, good folks. I could not have curated better people if I tried, and I didn't try. They came because the Lord sent them. They've come from far and wide, all of them. I love them all and their individual personalities. I love them all. But yeah, small accounts, big goals. So we've got some people who have very large accounts, some people who have small. Everybody who there in a small account, everybody there in a big account. It's a nice mixture of people who are there to learn. And for me, education is huge. I am an educator by degree, by nature, at heart. That's what I do. So I'm there to educate. So that's what I do. That's the core of what I do, is educate. So if you're really interested in learning how to analyze charts and how to really look to learn to trade for yourself, that's what I'm there to do, is to teach you how to fish for yourself. I will give fish. I'm going to feed you while you're learning, but we're there to learn. All right. I'm going to definitely guide you to the learning materials along the way, but I'm going to feed you while we're learning. I don't want you to be hungry while you're learning, but I'm also going to prompt you to learn. So if you don't want to learn at all, you can just pull in, you can just follow the alerts. That's no problem. But if you're just going to follow the alerts, then just do that, and don't ask a whole lot of questions about the learning piece. But if you're going to learn, I'm going to prompt you to learn, because that's what I'd like. That's what I'm all about, right? Is there a thread or something in school to join or just follow along? I'm in the membership. Yeah. So if you're just is that Alicia? Alicia, if you're just following along that community tab, that main stream on community, that every message is the post. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So if you're in school and you're on the main community tab, those posts are popping up. Everything you're looking for should be there. And if you're not finding what you need, Alicia, definitely send me a message so that way we can talk about it more specifically, because you should be seeing the posts as I put them up in community. In that main tab, that main drag is where everything is popping up. There's no special place to go for the alerts. It's all in the main drag. I didn't want people to have to go looking someplace for it and then happen to miss things. So it's right there in the main drag. Okay. In the main little community tab. Back to extreme fear. Right, where I believe that no shock there, no shock there. Okay, let's go look at some charts. Oh, I'm way beyond time. Okay, let's go to the charts real quick before I wrap us up, I know I'm overtime because I'm covering Sunday stuff that I would have covered yesterday had I done a Sunday call, but I didn't. I was doing social things, but we're here now. So let's get all of this done. So that way I'm going to take us to the 30-minute chart, and then I'm going to turn off VWAP so we're not necessarily seeing that. Let's go back to, let's see where SPX 500 is right now. 67.19 is where we are. I think Adam says 67.42 needs to recover in order for us to head on back up. We're down a bit below that at this point. 67.18.19 is where SPX currently is. Going to be a gap down because SPX closed at 67.34.35 on Friday. All right. Let's see where SPY is. Might be an opportunity for that gap fill trade. I always talk about that pre-market gap fill where it gaps down and then fills back up. All right. So SPY is currently at 670.45. Nope, 670.27. Where are we? 670.20. Yeah, 670.18. That's the one that's changing, is where it currently is. And it closed on Friday at 671.95. So down a little over $1, maybe $1.50, almost $2. SPY is down today, this morning in the pre-market. So it's going to be a gap down for SPY as well. Triple Q closed on Friday at 608.79, currently at 607 and some change. So almost $2 down as well. All right, almost $2 down. IWM closed on Friday at, let me stretch a bit, closed on Friday at 237.51, currently at 236.56. So down about $1. IWM is down about $1. Okay, that's where the three indices are at this point. All righty. Let's go on to our declaration. All right, so we've got a few things we can do. If you want to join the small account challenge inside the membership, you've got e2t.trading to come join us over there. I'm going to be talking in a few days about a copy trading opportunity. I'll come back with that when there's a little more, when there's more specific information to give, and I have a link for you to work with. I'll come back with that in a couple days. All right, but keep your eyes peeled for that opportunity to be coming up. Okay, E2T trader declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses, and my account is growing steadily. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. Amen and amen. Okay. So I believe I've covered what I needed to cover this morning. I know I went a little longer than I normally do, but I needed to cover yesterday's stuff and today's stuff. So I covered everything I needed to cover. All right. We're going to definitely be very strategic, okay, while we're in this market this week. There's a lot going on, and I just need you to not be just out here throwing money at it. Yesterday, we took time in our charting and training call. We took time to talk about what are entry criteria and define and make it real clear of when do we enter trades and when do we exit trades, because that's not a willy-nilly thing. And if you don't have good, clear criteria for those things, then you shouldn't be getting in, right? We took time in our call to talk about what is that criteria and what does that actually look like. So if you're in my membership and you weren't on last night's call, you definitely need to go back and watch that video, because we're not just randomly entering stuff, especially not in this season. This is not the season to just be tossing money at stuff. No, because that's a good way to lose it. All right. There is money to be made. We know this, but we have to use wisdom in casting our bread upon the water and pulling it back in. There's money to be made, but we need to make it wisely. All right. So we're going to do two things today. We're going to stay green and we're going to get this money. All right. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you all in the market. Goodbye. Bye-bye.